Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's a game. I think where in the last 4 5 years, roughly more than that since Klopp and Pep began their rivalry, 2017, you could say, kind of. I think in the last 6 7 years, I think this City versus Liverpool fixture has been this fixture has been the most I would not say damn squib, but this does not have anything riding on it because in the last 7 years mostly, if you see every Liverpool versus City fixture meant that you almost would lose out on a title with 1 point or 2 points. There was no way you could drop a point. There's no way you could drop a point against Liverpool. But today, because of the how the results have gone, Chelsea dropping points, Nottingham Forest losing, Newcastle holding on to their result, Arsenal dropping points to West Ham. It's almost like even if City lose today, there's no consequence. I think this is the first time, like I'm watching a Liverpool City match, first time in the last 7 8 years that it has no consequence. Literally on the table where we finish and probably where they finish. But let's hope for a win. Let's hope for the revenge because that's what is the mentality of this fan base. JSK is here. JSK says, "Hey Mohan, let's have some uh, serious conversation. We'll begin the serious conversation, JSK. We'll begin the serious conversation. But but before that, I'll have to show you something. I'll have to literally show you something. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I want. I want to show you guys. Like by Erling Haaland. This is West Ham fans doing. Stay humble, eh? To Miles Kelly. Well, this is in revenge to what he did to us at the Emirates in that 5 and rubbing whatever. This is West Ham fans telling him, stay humble and doing his celebration outside the Emirates Stadium. Wow. And Erling Haaland liked it yesterday. This was just superb. This was just superb. It's almost like karma coming a full circle with Miles Lewis Kelly getting a red card yesterday, going off. Arsenal's title challenge literally ending yesterday. So, and West Ham fans doing this. Karma has come a full circle. We might have lost 5-1 to you at the Emirates Stadium, but there's also one thing: we have 5 Premier League trophies in the last 6 years. If you count this, because you're not going to win the Premier League this season, and you do not have even one in the last 20 years, bloody Arsenal Gunners. Let's let's actually get back to the normal thing. JSK says Gundogan, Silva, Edison, Stones, Akanji, time to show their way out. David Ornstein was speaking to NBC and Sports. I think it was early on in the day before the Newcastle versus uh, before the Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest match. It was very interesting what David Ornstein actually said. David Ornstein said that City are going. City are really going in for Florian Wirtz as the first choice. No, the host asked David Ornstein that City have spent close to 200 million pounds in the winter window. Does it mean that City are gonna stay quiet in the summer? David Ornstein replied to that saying that City are gonna make the summer window even bigger than the winter window. They are not gonna stop spending. He said Florian Wirtz is at the top of the wish list of City's hierarchy. Pep Guardiola, Hugo Vienna, and everyone. And he said City are at least going to spend 200. He didn't say the figure, but he said City are going to spend more than in the winter. So you could imagine. And he also said that John Stones, Kevin De Bruyne is out of contract, Ilkay Gundogan's out of contract, uh, Manuel Akanji, Jack Grealish. Have I missed out on someone? Bernardo Silva. These six people, Kyle Walker is of course on a loan and is mostly gonna go. These six, seven people, he said that City wanna clear all of them out and City want to bring in fresh blood. City want City. I mean, he said one thing. City's hierarchy, along with Pep Guardiola and the transfer director, want to make sure that this season never repeats ever again in the future. Yes, this season was a mistake, and internally on Stein says they admit this season was a mistake, but they also feel that we learned the lessons from this season. They do not want this season to repeat ever again in the future. So I think yes, it's been a bad season, but if the board realizes that there's been a mistake, I mean, how many boards around the world are there who acknowledge the fact, if not publicly, at least internally, that yes, this season has been a mistake. We'll never let it happen. That's good. And get ready for a blockbuster summer, guys. That's what I would say. Bayaji says, please win this and make our Sunday even better. Bayaji, if we win this Sunday would be the best, one of the best Sundays in the last 2, 3 months, 4 months, even more than that probably. Regarding City, each and every result, see Arsenal losing, uh, Nottingham Forest losing, Chelsea losing, this Bournemouth in a way losing, which is very surprising to Wolves. So all of the top six, Fulham losing. All of the top six, top seven teams have lost. So except Villa maybe. So this Sunday could be even better. We could potentially go to third. Imagine us finishing second in this season. Our worst season will be equal to Arsenal's best season in 2.5 decades, which they've been telling the last 2, 3 years. We finish second, we finish second. But here comes City. Imagine we finish second this season with an FA Cup, and our worst season is far, far better than Arsenal's best season in 2 decades or more. That would be funny. Then all of us can be meditating like Lewis Miles Kelly. Why just a scallywag went meditating all the way back to locker room. Karma strikes back. Wow, why a scallywag went meditating all the way back to locker room. Karma strikes back, and it strikes back very hard. It strikes back in a way that because of that, Arsenal are banged out of the title race. Why just अब only Guardiola का इंजर्ड होना बाकी रह गया. उसके उसके भी टर्न आ जाएगा कुछ दिनों में. I just think it's also the age, Bayaji. If you look at the age profiles that have got injured, maybe except Ruben Diaz, you can say Natanake maybe 30, Kovacic 30, Rodri is an ACL, but Akanji around about 30. Liverpool already dominating, it's a switch to Luis Diaz. JSK says, and don't get Florian Wirtz if they want rather pay the release clause for Jamal Musiala. I've actually seen both JSK, both I've seen both Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala. I think Jamal Musiala is almost a perfect player if you want someone just in behind the striker. He's an excellent dribbler. His vision is okay, but his passing range is not at the level of Florian Wirtz. The passing range of Florian Wirtz is just outstanding. Ball given away to Liverpool. Well, Santa Claus, good defending by Rico Lewis and City are on that edge. So for me, the important thing is passing range because we have already got the player in behind the striker in Omar Marmoush. To be honest, if you get Jamal Musiala, I think Jamal Musiala and Omar Marmoush kind of play the similar positions, similar roles. Now you could argue Musiala is better than Omar Marmoush and all of those things. I understand, but I think with Kevin De Bruyne as a replacement, you're looking at someone whose range of passing, both long range and short range passing, is excellent. Who can be very creative. Kevin De Bruyne with the ball, good clearance by Konate. So for me, I think Florian Wirtz. By Jesus, every game a new back four has been a big problem season long. Kushinov has been very impressive, Bayaji. Kushinov has been absolutely very impressive, if you ask me. Yes, Vinicius Jr. got about him once or twice, but by part in that Real Madrid game, Kushinov had one on Vinicius Jr. His pace, his power, everything. Kushinov has settled in very, very well. Yeah, corner. I mean, these corners. When will we improve? I just don't understand. Kevin De Bruyne. Why did Nathan Ake put his head in? I just don't know. By Jesus, we haven't beaten any of Pool, Arsenal, or Madrid since the treble season. Madrid was close last season by Aji. To be honest, we were unlucky in both the legs. It was a draw, penalties, Bernardo misses. That was we were actually unlucky. JSK says Florian Wirtz prefers Real Madrid according to some reports. He does, JSK, he does, but when Florian Wirtz looks at Real Madrid, Rodrigo, Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, the Fab Four or whatever the shit or crap they call it, right? These four, and then behind them, it's most likely Camavinga or a Danny Ceballos, and then Chouamini, and all of that. Now Arda Guller is there, and Arda Guller is on the bench, literally. Luis Diaz with the ball here. Good defending there by Josko Guardiola. Jeremy Doku. Trent against Jeremy Doku will be very interesting. Jeremy Doku absolutely rinses Trent. So where will I mean Arda Guller himself is not getting a game, and Arda Guller we have seen in the Euros has been very good and he's a big talent. So if Florian Wirtz has to start, would that mean Madrid play one holding midfield? I mean Florian Wirtz does not have a starting spot, but at City we could sell him the project that Jeremy Doku passed his player Omar Marmoush. Good defending by Liverpool. Rico Lewis, Nico Gonzalez, Cusano, Nico Gonzalez. I think Marmoush is offside over there anyway. So, you could sell the City project to Florian Wirtz like you are a successor of Kevin De Bruyne. There's no one in the midfield literally because Gundo goes, Bernardo goes, Kevin De Bruyne goes. So Florian Wirtz comes to City, starts with Erling Haaland under Pep Guardiola. The project is more exciting for Florian Wirtz, I think. City's project. Gautam is here. Gautam says, hey there, citizens. Good to be back. Gautam, you missed the Real Madrid match. You missed the Real Madrid match, and thank God you missed it. That was torture. That was absolute torture, That Real Madrid match. We on the stream were watching Aston Villa Liverpool for a while. It was, that was one of the hardest watches, I would say. Not because we were losing. That's not a reason. Who the fuck gave the ball away there? Omar Marmoush, I think. But then the gameplay was just pathetic against Real Madrid. We never attacked. JSK says, I don't want players who prefer Barca or Madrid. With Madrid JSK, what will happen is they want to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold as well, right? Luis Diaz. I hope we don't. I hope we keep a clean sheet today. Rico Lewis does well against Luis Diaz. Savinho travels with the ball. There's a ball on to Marmoush if we can find it. Kevin De Bruyne, Savinho. So we are playing confidently. We are playing well, to be honest. So Real Madrid will be looking at Trent Alexander-Arnold. There'll be some contract negotiations to be had and all of that. They'll be looking at a holding midfielder as well. So I don't think they make Florian Wirtz their priority, which means we could pounce. But I understand players who want Madrid. That is there. But who is the alternative to Florian Wirtz? If you can give me some names, JSK, who is the alternative to Florian Wirtz? Gautam says Doku opening up Arnold. He's having him on toast. He's having him on toast. Trent versus Doku will be superb. Omar Marmoush. Kevin De Bruyne, Rico Lewis, Savinho. Robertson has not been in good form as well this season. Phil Foden. They're not giving Phil Foden time and space to cut in and hit with that left foot. Gautam says, I'm glad I missed it. It was pathetic, Gautam. GSK says, or rather, trust McAtee than words. I don't want him at all. We cannot repeat this season, JSK. That is that is the reason. We just cannot take any chances. Trust McAtee. I mean, you could maybe, but then another season, what if he doesn't come off? James McAtee. I mean, is James McAtee's passing range as good as a Florian Wirtz? See, the instructions are clear. We have Omar Marmoush. See the instructions for the profile of the player we want are very clear. It was dictated by what we did in this winter transfer window. No Omar Marmoush. Omar Marmoush is someone who runs without the ball very well. Omar Marmoush runs without the ball very well. Erling Haaland makes those runs, right? So you literally need, who do you need? You need an attacking midfielder who has the passing range to find both of them. It's been dictated by the Newcastle game. What can happen if you have a midfielder who can have the passing range? We didn't have a midfielder who has the passing range. Instead, Edison did that. So so the profile is clear. I mean, who are the players who match that profile? For me, Florian Wirtz is one. Musiala doesn't match that profile for me. Musiala is not the passing range and stuff. Cole Palmer matches that profile for me. Madison matches that profile for me. Who can play those risky passes and find players? Gautam says words will not be coming to City. Gautam, David Ornstein today said that City's priority is words and they are hopeful of getting him. It's not a guarantee he'll be going to Madrid as well, Gautam, because Madrid have built a new stadium recently, and Madrid are nowadays they built a new stadium. So the strategy is looking to sign players whose contract is over. Madrid in no world I think will be paying 100 million to Florian Wirtz as a release clause. That is not possible, I think. So I think there are hopes that he could be coming to City. Gotham says City are currently also interested in De from Atlanta. He was at Club Brugge before, right? De is a Belgian player, I think, and later he went to Atlanta. I've seen De games, but De for me is he doesn't have the passing range. Is more of a player who makes those runs in behind, who likes running with the ball and stuff. I don't know, but I think I'll have to see it back. But I've not seen that passing range in De. Cole Palmer would be the answer. We never know because everyone's talking that if Chelsea don't get UCL, there's a clause in Palmer's contract that there's a clause in Palmer's contract that he can leave. What a ball that is! I don't know who's given it. Savio. Phil Foden. Just in behind Phil Foden, but what a ball! City are playing absolutely very well here, to be honest. Josko Guardiola's interception is very, very good. Guardiola against Salah, at least till now, has been exceptional. Look at the run of Josko Guardiola. Phil Foden with a heavy touch again. Kevin De Bruyne there again with the bad pass. Phil Foden's heavy touches this season. Even against Newcastle, Natanake there. Kusanov did very well. Or rather, was it Nico Gonzalez? I don't know. Gautam says he's a good passer and can be a KDB replacement in passer department, but he can't score those worldies like KDB. We have to compromise on that. Hey, Gautam says Kushan, wonderful defending from Kushan now. I'm still not convinced, Gautam. I've seen the Catlere. I've gone back and seen who could be suit that profile. I've seen the Catlere, but he's a good passer, But I still do not think he's got that passing range of a Kevin De Bruyne. I know you will never find another Kevin De Bruyne. It's rare because he is probably the top three passers in. I mean, he's probably the best passer world football has ever seen. Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, we've given the ball back again. I don't know how. I think we cannot find Kevin De Bruyne, but for me, the closest to De Bruyne is Florian Wirtz. Can score worldies, can make those runs like De Bruyne as well. Passing range is excellent. I mean, we get Florian Wirtz, the Premier League will be lit next season. It will be done. Just imagine Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, Florian Woods, and news is that we might be going after Edison of Atlanta as well. So imagine this midfield of Rodri, Edison of Atlanta, box to box, Rodri holding, and Florian Woods. That will be lit. It's a corner for Liverpool, and Liverpool score. Mo Salah again. Liverpool score. What a pathetic way to concede. What a stupid way to concede. Liverpool score. What a stupid way to concede. To be honest, what a stupid way to concede. Whose was it? Was it a deflection or what was it? It's Mo Salah's goal, I can understand, but was it a deflection? How did we let that go in? It was a huge deflection of Natanake, to be honest. Look at it. Natanake scores an own goal. If Natanake leaves it, I think Edison catches it. It is a deflection of Natanake. What is this with Natanake? And I know it's going to be Salah's goal, but it's going to be Salah's goal. But I think without that deflection, it doesn't go in. What the fuck? Conceding from a corner. Gautam says, JSK's Decathlon, Milan reject our standard haven't fallen so low. Jeremy Doku with the ball. We are knocking on Liverpool's door, to be honest. Gautam says also Xavi Simons is someone who we are interested, but Liverpool are also in the competition, which I believe will make it difficult for us. As a Dutch player, preference will be towards Liverpool. I mean, with Xavi Simons again, the main concern is consistency. To be honest, the main concern with Xavi Simons is consistency. I think on this channel we have spoken a lot about Xavi Simons, but for me, is Xavi Simons consistent enough game in game out? He's surely got the passing range. He's surely got the ability to do those worldies and all of those as well. But consistency is a problem with Javi Simons, I think. But all of the reports state that from your David Ornstein, everyone, Pep really wants Florian Wirtz. I know we don't always get the players we want, but Florian Wirtz would be good. I think Javi Simons maybe could be number two in my priority list if we don't get Florian Wirtz. Savio slips. Gautam says I'm not in favor of Decathlon, but yeah, I would love Xavi. Those are the two names, those are the two profiles which I'm actually looking at. Florian Wirtz and Xavi Simons. JSK says no, never. Palmer getting back old player is always a bad choice. Rather go for Wirtz than Palmer. Palmer is a straight no. Again, the thing is, if it presents itself, uh, Palmer would be absolutely fantastic. Can score worldies. Can his passing range is very good. Free kicks, everything. What will be interesting is if Cole Palmer comes back to City, who will take the penalties? Will it be Haaland or Palmer? If you look at the record, probably Palmer's for me, Yaya Toure has always been one of the best penalty takers I've ever seen. He rarely misses a penalty. I haven't seen Yaya Toure miss a penalty. Yaya Toure, Mario Balotelli, but Cole Palmer comes in that list. Good anticipation from Nathan Ake. Dadam says envious shit. I think actually we have dominated the game till now. That was a corner, and it was against the run of play. If you ask me, the possession stats, XG, ours is slightly better than Liverpool. Be honest, set piece that was unlucky from Nathan Ake. To be honest, I think. Gautam, this we have to fight for Guardiola's streak. Liverpool have not kept clean sheets in any of the previous matches. If Everton can score against Liverpool, then when we can, Villa, Everton, Nottingham Forest as well. I think they scored against Liverpool. I think when have Liverpool last kept a clean sheet? It's been a while. I mean, if bloody Wolves relegation team can score against Liverpool, then I think we can. As long as it's 1-0, there is hope. As long as it's 1-0, there is hope. Look at it, possession 66%, attempts 3, XGRB slightly edged. Gotham is undefeated at Etihad against Liverpool. Those streaks scare me. Gotham, I think it's the last 10 years. The last time we were defeated at the Etihad against Liverpool was, I remember, 2015. Coutinho and stuff were playing there under Manuel Pellegrini. They were ninth in the league. They were shit. And thinking about streaks this season is scaring me. We had the Champions League streak where we were undefeated at home that ended, where we haven't lost at home for 8 years or something. Just hope there's no end to it today. Jeremy Doku does absolutely brilliantly to get in. We have been defending very well, to be honest. We have been defending absolutely very well. It's a very good performance. It's just that set piece, and we go down 1-0. That's all. I don't want to give Liverpool a clean sheet today. That's the thing. Gautam says the only player who looks like doing something is Doku. Savinha has been good as well, Gautam, the runs he's making and all. Twice or thrice he's tried to take players down. But Foden has been disappointing. He's getting into the box, but his first touch is almost up. But you see, Foden is almost playing the second striker role. In a way, I think he's also playing the first striker role. Foden and Marmoush. I think it's clearly a 4-4-2, probably, which we are actually playing. So, our defending has been very good, to be honest. Rico Lewis, Phil Foden running with the ball, finds Savio, Kevin De Bruyne is free, Nico Gonzalez, Omar Marmoush has to find Doku. Doku is free. The problem with Doku is he can't put a cross in, to be honest. Jeremy Doku does absolutely well. It's a corner for City. Gautam says, by the way, City and Pool are interested in Baleba. We discussed last week about it, and guess what? The interest news is out already. Those journalists are listening to us, Gautam. Those journalists in Pep are listening to us. I actually have a feeling, Gautam, that we are going after Edison. We really wanted Edison. I think David Ornstein mentioned it in the Athletic that why it took so long for City to bring Nico Gonzalez was late in the winter transfer window. Was City really wanted Edison of Atlanta, and there was no way we were getting him. That's when City quickly moved in from Nico Gonzalez. So I still think we are out for Edison of Atlanta because he's a box to box. He has that energy and stuff. rather than Baleba, I think, because I know Baleba also that has that energy and all, but I think we are looking at a profile of a player who could potentially be a replacement for Ikai Gundogan, which I see Nico Gonzalez kind of not the exact profile, but he has the attributes to do that box to box role. Rico Lewis has been exceptional. Rico Lewis has been exceptional, right? Rico Lewis has been superb in his defending. Luis Diaz sit down. I don't know what Luis Diaz is thinking. He's just not able to get past Rico Lewis, to be honest. For me, this season, if we can finish second and win the FA Cup, I think we will have a more successful season than probably everyone in this league, bar Liverpool, probably. Ah, almost there, almost there. Look at that, how Omar Marmoush is asking for those balls to be played in behind. Just imagine we have a Jeremy Frimpong, Jeremy Doku. Big first touch lets him down. You can blame Rico Lewis, but I think the defending of Rico Lewis has improved. You must admit. I know it's not at a world class level, but especially his positioning has improved throughout the season, if I could say that. Look at Pep, he's just agitated, he's telling players to move here and there. I think he thinks we are not progressing the ball fast enough. That goal for Liverpool was against the run of play. It should have been nil-nil, to be honest. Gautam says this week has been kind on us with all the results going in our favour, especially the Chelsea result. Gautam, I never imagined the Chelsea result would go like this. I probably thought Villa could get a draw there, especially after going 1-0 down. But losing 2-1, man, Chelsea are just shit. Palmer is thinking, what am I even doing here? Look at Foden again. Look at Foden again. What has happened to his first touch? Look at Phil Foden again. This is one of the worst games I'm seeing from Phil Foden here. Because of his first touch, Liverpool are able to transition very, very fast. What is Phil Foden even doing there, Gautam? What is Phil Foden doing? His first touch is absolutely gone to shit this season. It's technically very good, but what is Phil Foden even bloody doing here? Just Foden has had a downgrade of ages, and then people on social media say, why is Pep not playing Phil Foden and all? Well, if you take touches like that in the midfield, how can Pep even play you? Phil Foden's done well here. We'll give credit where it's due, but I think we need to move the ball a little bit faster. Otherwise, I think I've liked what I've seen today. Rico Lewis in the midfield. Rico Lewis again coming into the midfield. Rico Lewis just looks so comfortable in that attacking midfield role. He's just able to occupy those small spaces. Look at that. He's occupying two or three Liverpool players. Find Rico Lewis, Savinho. What the fuck have you been doing? That is a great ball from Savinho. Jeremy Doku. It in a way feels like the game is going bit on slow mode. Gautam says the only thing I want to see this season is Claudio Echeverri. Reports are that he'll be joining City this week. I mean, this month end, to be honest. Savinho has to pass it out wide. Even that's a good ball. Jeremy Doku. That's a throw in for City. I mean, let us. They say that Claudio Echeverri is a monstrous dribbler. He can go past players and he has a devilish shot on him. That's what they say. Monstrous dribbler and has a devilish shot on him. That's a free kick for City. There's actually a profile of a player who we can for left centre back position. You see, Nathan Ake is injury prone. We need someone who's a left footed centre back, right? After Aymeric Laporte, we have not had that left-footed centre back who could, ping those passes in and stuff like that, like Aymeric Laporte. Schlotterbeck, I think Schlotterbeck plays for Frankfurt or Leverkusen. I don't know. I think he plays for Frankfurt. He's a profile of a player who fits that bill, which Pep wants. But the second player is very interesting who fits that bill. The second player is Callum Doyle. Left footed player, can play left back, left centre back, has had an exceedingly great last 2 3 seasons in the championship. His left foot is insane, his pace is insane. He can play in the central midfield as well. He has all the skill sets of a John Stones. Is fast, is absolutely like John Stones on the ball. I think is our academy player. I think we need to get Callum Doyle back next season. I think once we get Callum Doyle back, then I think the rebuild just becomes much more easier. Gautam says City and Pool also up for Frimpong. That's a great retrieve from. Look at Rico Low is there. That is excellent. Marmos has to score here. Marmos scores! Omar Marmos! Omar Marmos scores! Ah, he's offside. Oh shit, man. He's offside. Fuck. Yes, he's offside. What the fuck? But what a goal that was, and what a finish that was. Marmoush was offside, but what a goal and a finish that was. What a goal and a finish that was. Ah, man, what a finish that was. That's a very good finish. That's an excellent finish. Pep Guardiola is telling the same thing to Marmos. Draw the players, and then release Marmos. That's what he's telling. Would be great if we can get a goal before the break. Gautam City and Pool also have for Frimpong, and I think we should get him next season. I don't expect Guardiola to play like this season. He has literally played every game. Can't see another Rodri. But Gautam, reports are Andre Cambiaso is done. Andre Cambiaso is done. We have agreed terms with Juventus. We have agreed terms with the player. They say that we just couldn't get him because after that Arsenal rubbing, Pep realized Nico Gonzalez was more important than Andre Cambiaso at this point to save the season and get us top four at least. So I think Andrea Cambiaso is I think we are getting Andrea Cambiaso at right back, and Cambiaso is ambidextrous player. He's a two-footed player, so he can play both on right and left. And then if we get Callum Doyle can play left back and left centre back as well. So I think we get Andrea Cambiaso, and we are giving a chance to Callum Doyle next season. I just think that we'll have both those spots covered. And then you can always have, I don't think Akanji leaves to be honest. So I think we can always have Akanji covering it right back if the need be. So Kembi also covering it left back. Callum Doyle doing that. Kushanov covering it right back if the need be. So I think we are getting Andre Cambiaso. I think and the crossing of Andre Cambiaso is just beautiful. and is defensively far better than Frimpong. I cannot see Frimpong playing. I don't think Frimpong is a better defender than Rico Lewis. Yes, he's physically a bigger specimen than Rico Lewis and stuff, but I just don't think Frimpong is a better specimen than Rico Lewis, to be honest. The other says yes, Cambias and Frimpong both. I don't think we get both, to be honest. Gautam, defensively, I just don't trust Frimpong. Gautam says Frimpong assists the Cancelo region. They say the same about Cambiaso, to be honest. They say Cambiaso has got every type of cross in the world, outside of the foot, inside of the foot. Great run from Jeremy Doku. Ah, we have been the better team here. We have been the better team here. The only worry about Cancelo type of players, Gautam, is can Frimpong and Cancelo. There's a reason why we did not win the Champions League with Cancelo being in there. They are always a defensive liability in 1v1 situations. Just imagine Cancelo right back against Vinicius Junior. We could have never won that treble season, Champions League in that treble season. For me, defensively, Frimpong just doesn't cut it in a back four system. In a back three system with a wing back, I think Frimpong is a monster. He's lethal. He can be a Ballon d'Or. That's good defending from Natanake. That is excellent defending from Natanake. Super from Natanake over there. Can we get one goal today? I thought that Omar Marmous's goal was in. What the fuck? It was offside. One thing is Liverpool can't match our 100-point season. That's a great ball in and good defending from Josko Guardiola, I think. Sabuzlai McAllister. I think we need 10 minutes remaining and I think we need to score a goal before the break. I know there was a game, I think 2 seasons back, when we were chasing Arsenal. Arsenal were 9 points clear or something. We were 1-0 down at the break and we won the game 4-1. But then I think that was 1-1 at the break. I think Julian Alvarez scores that day with Erling Haaland sitting down. But what a finish from Omar Marmoush. That was offside, but that finish itself deserved not to be given offside. What a finish that was. Good defending there from Kevin De Bruyne. Gautam says Liverpool equaling the 20th title and United at 15. That's cruel. And you know what the funny thing is, Gautam? United are at their 15th title for the last 15 years, almost for the last 15 years. That's the funny thing. It's been close to 15 years that they won their last. Mo Salah against Josko Guardiola. Bloody Sabozla scores. Now everyone's scoring. What the fuck? I think it's offside. No, it's not offside. I think supposedly I was offside, but Salah gets onto it. Liverpool 2-0. Can we score a goal before the break? That is the question. That's a free kick for City. I think Konate gets a yellow card, or maybe he doesn't. But how was Sabozlai allowed to be free there? That's the big question. How was Sabozlai bloody allowed to be free there? Gautam says Haaland should have played. I know he was not 100%, but his presence was important. Again, maybe the consequence of the result also played a thing, Gautam, because even if we lose this, I think we are in that fourth spot. So winning this would be third. So because of how the results went, probably the club thought it's not worth it to risk him. What if we lost him the entire season and stuff? Rico Lewis. Again, look at it. KDB's passing is off as well. KDB is not the same player, to be honest. Look at Konate there. But one thing is the league is weak this season. In a way the league is the league is not as even the title race, to be honest. The top four probably a bit more better, but the title race is not as neck to neck like it was in the previous seasons. People like you, City are just running away. But all of our title wins have been a point, 2 points, and all of those things, which means the race went till the end. But this season, the race is over in February. Great ball from Foden. Savinho, can he get something? Can we get one goal before the break? That would just be huge if we can go into the break with one goal. I mean, I just want to see a game where we play Haaland, Marmoush, and KDB, everyone. Savinho does absolutely well. Yes, Liverpool are 2-0 up, but the difference in this game is just the legs in the midfield. Gagan says, what's the point of dominating the game if you can't convert? Legs in the midfield, Gautam. Legs in the midfield. That's the only thing. Legs in the midfield. The first goal was unfortunate. I do agree, but for the second goal, at least the legs in the midfield. Someone should be tracking Sabozlai back. Great one from Marmos, from Rico Lewis, to be honest. I think Rico Lewis has been the standout player along with Jeremy Doku, to be honest. If we can score a goal in these last 2 minutes, wonderful from Jeremy Doku. He has to play in KDB there. Doku has to play in KDB there. I don't know why Doku didn't play in KDB there. Don't know why Savio is not crossing it early, but Rico Lewis. Let it throw the ball in. There'll be hardly a minute of added time. I'm not sure even if that is the case. There's a potential penalty shout against Foden, but I think it was maybe outside the box. I don't know what it was. One last attack, I think, before the end of the half. Two minutes of added time. Can we? That's a throw in for City. Cushion now. Centre backs are pushing up now as well. Nico Gonzalez, Nathan Ake, Jeremy Doku. Ah, just can't get the ball in, to be honest. Rico Lewis has been absolutely huge. Can we get one last attack going before the end of the half? Josko Guardiol, can you switch it? Can you switch it fast? Jeremy Doku. Kevin De Bruyne. And that De Bruyne shot sums up the game for us. That De Bruyne shot bloody sums up the game for us, to be honest. That De Bruyne shot sums up the season that we are having as well. What was that De Bruyne strike? I mean, I mean, if you actually look at the stats and stuff, I think you'll see 68% possession. XG is quite similar. We have had more shots. We have had more shots on target, more total shots, more corners, more throw-ins, more. I mean, we almost have double the passes to Liverpool, though I think that doesn't mean anything. We have had more free kicks, 8 free kicks to Liverpool's three. I mean, we have dominated in every metric. You see, every metric we have actually dominated it. We have dominated the game. Look at the XG there, 0.24 to 0.27. Baiji says Pep is being schooled by direct football tactics. Make some halftime changes. This is embarrassing. Baiji, I think if you look at the first goal was unlucky. If Ake doesn't poke a foot, I think it's going straight into the hands of Edison. Okay, Arcade could not know that and stuff, but I don't know. The first goal was against the run of play, and then if you look back at the second goal, how the hell is Sabozlai actually having so much time on the edge of the box? Who is marking Sabozlai? Who is bloody marking Sabozlai? And the answer is the marker is either one of Foden or Kevin De Bruyne. Both of them are defensively shite. I think it's Kevin De Bruyne who was the man responsible for marking Szoboszlai. How can he actually be left free? I think if you just look at the overall game in terms of direct football as well, Bayaji, Pep's tactics have been good in this game. We are losing 2-0 not because of Pep but because of the players, I think. Because we have controlled the counter attacks very well. Tell me one instance in this game, Bayaji, where Liverpool have opened us up and have had a clear cut chance. No, both of their goals were shit. One of a set piece where it was outside Sanake own goal more than Salah's goal, though it was on target, so they'll give it to Salah. So that was one, and the second one is a midfield marker decides to leave Sabozlai free. That's why he's had all the time and space to strike that shot. So I don't know. I think this is on the players end, and like you said, Bayaji Foden again in thrash mode. Foden and KDB out, Coben, McAtee, and exactly. I think we play Kovacic and McAtee instead of Foden and KDB. I think the match is still at 0-0 or we even score one because Kovacic offers more of a defensive this thing than Kevin De Bruyne, and James McAtee will offer you that creative running as well. Now Marmoush is running, McAtee is running off the ball. So and Foden's first touches are just superb, right? What a thrash game Phil Foden's actually playing. Foden's first touches were just absolutely bloody thrash. Byju's first goal all because of Rico not clearing the ball off. Rico, for me, I think he's had a very good game against Luis Diaz. I think he's just kept Luis Diaz absolutely quiet. But with Rico Luis, that's not the first time he's made that mistake. Vinicius Junior, instead of clearing the ball, he tried to take a touch. And what happened? Same at the Etihad Stadium. They're showing the first goal. Let us see it back again. McAllister places the ball in the corner circle. Look at it. Rico Lewis there trying to take a touch. You're right, and then Nathan Ake as well. I think he should have maybe cleared it instead of putting a foot in. Just don't know why he doesn't do that. Why says to be honest, KDB can't play more than 20 minutes with same intensity, and Foden can't even make two passes right. He was side at Bernabeu too, exactly, and every one of us thought this will be Phil Foden's breakout season after what he did last season. Last season, I agree, Phil Foden won us the title single-handedly. Phil Foden was fantastic last season, close to 19-20 goals. He was the best player ahead of Cole Palmer in the league. They're showing the first goal again. Look at that, Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis got to the ball first clearly, like you said, by Aji, but instead of clearing it away, he tries to take a touch or do some shit with it. Most away goals in a Premier League season: Salah 16, Harry Kane 16, Sergio Aguero 15. I mean, and the second goal was even more pathetic. I mean, Phil Foden's had a very bad season. His first touches were just abysmal. They're showing the second goal now. Right. Josko Guardiola as well, kind of on Salah. And look at it and look at it. Who is behind Sabozlai? Look at it. Sabozlai makes the run. And look at Kevin De Bruyne jogging. Look at Kevin De Bruyne jogging. He was Kevin De Bruyne's man. He was bloody Kevin De Bruyne's man. Look at it, Kevin De Bruyne just jogging instead of running in on Dominic Szoboszlai. Look at him, Kevin De Bruyne bloody jogging. That is the thing. Look at Kevin De Bruyne jogging over there. Why this is why City never puts a price on their goal? Always too easy to score against, except treble winning season. That is true, except the treble winning season and probably the Centurion season as well. The Centurion season as well, we were defensively very good. Why just is dilly dallying in our own half and then conceding useless set pieces. The thing is, Bayaji, even from our own set pieces, we allow the opponents to score. It doesn't make a difference if we get the set pieces or the opponents get the set pieces. Look at Pep shouting today. He knows. I mean, the second goal is purely on Kevin De Bruyne and lack of his defensive instincts. And people say, why didn't Kevin De Bruyne play at the Bernabeu? Well, you're not able to mark Dominic Szoboszlai here. Can you mark Jude Bellingham? Can you defensively play against Jude Bellingham? That is the reason why Kevin De Bruyne did not play at the Bernabeu. But then the alternatives we had were even more shittier. Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, were they better at marking Jude Bellingham? No. I maybe think Kovacic, if Kovacic was there, Nico Gonzalez, how many will he mark? I think if Kovacic is there, probably I think the second goal doesn't happen, to be honest. Bailly says Pep needs to fire all of his support staff, every one of them. And Baiji, the worst thing is we sold our set piece coach to Arsenal. I'll just have some water and come, and then we'll kick on for the second half. Uh, I mean, the good thing for us is uh, all of the other top four chasing pack are even more shittier than us. Chelsea is shit. Newcastle today they would have given a 4-1 lead up against Nottingham Forest, so they are unpredictable. Nottingham Forest coming in the top four itself is a big this thing. Fulham, they've been good, but you expect them to lose a few on the line. Even Arsenal, who people say are title contenders and stuff, they are inconsistent as well. Arsenal might slip out of the top four, you never know. Sorry, Arsenal might slip out of the second position. I mean, based on the stats and everything, it's just that we have been very good, but football matches are won on the field. So I just hope we get at least one goal and do not give Liverpool a clean sheet at the Etihad. That would really be so much embarrassing. Baijis is winless versus Arsenal, Pool, and Madrid for two straight seasons is concerning. Last season was kind of okay by Aji because we didn't. Last season was kind of okay because at least with Arsenal and Madrid, we did not win, but they did not win as well, right? Both of the games were, if I'm not wrong, draws, and Madrid just penalties. And with Arsenal, yes, they won at home, but it was a deflected goal. So, but this season, just because of the poor form, I think against the top four, top five teams, we have not won this season at all. Against Liverpool this season, we have not won at least till now. Arsenal, we have not won. We have drawn one and lost one. Newcastle, draw. Spurs, traditional top four. Talking about Spurs, we have lost one. I don't know how you lose to that Spurs team. And Chelsea are the only team we defeated home and away. Newcastle we won last weekend. So Bayaji says even Klopp could never win a league game at the Etihad. But Bayaji on the flip side, Klopp never faced such a useless shit team at the Etihad, right? Even at the peak of his powers. This Liverpool team for me doesn't even compare to any of the Klopp's teams, even though it's going to win the league. Much better teams of Klopp have not won the league. You get the Klopp's team in 2018-19 when they had Sane, Firmino, and Salah up top. Three of them at their prime, three of them at their absolute prime, and then the midfield was Fabinho, Henderson, Wijnaldum, and then Van Dijk. There's Matip or someone, Robertson, Trent, Allison goalkeeper. I think that was one of the legendary Premier League sides there, and even that side could not beat City at the Etihad. That side in 18-19 season just lost one game all season, and that was to City at the Etihad. John Stones goal line clearance one, if you remember, and they did not win the league. They lost one game and did not win the league all season. Those are our standards. Bayaji says, no change. Pep has lost it. Pep never had it to lose. Nibble says, what the fuck? Phil Foden time to sit on the bench. Bayaji says, yes, Foden stinks. Rather play McAtee and O'Reilly. Swami says, City is so done this season. We're just shit, mate, this season. We're beyond shit this season. We are beyond absolute shit this season. No legs in the midfield. Absolutely no legs in the midfield. It's a combination of mistakes from the board and all of that. Now look at Nathan Ake there. Nathan, they'll give you a separate football so that you can keep it with you at the back as long as you want. What the fuck there? The defenders are keeping the ball for 10-15 seconds, each one of them. There's no pass available. If it's man-to-man marking, use bloody Edison. Look at their Virgil van Dijk overpowering Magmos. See, that would be the interesting one. If Erling Haaland played today, then it would be Van Dijk versus Erling Haaland, and Omar Marmoush could make those runs. He's already hit a goal, which is unfortunately offside. Let's see, Omar Marmoush. They say the king of free kicks in Bundesliga. I know what he'll do. He'll hit it straight into the hands of bloody Edison. The referee is Anthony Taylor and is a prat. You know how he is. He's given a goal kick. Initially, Michael Oliver was to referee this game, I think, but they shifted him. I'm surprised that he didn't play Jack Grealish today. I mean, I don't know why Pep doesn't try Jack Grealish in the midfield when the rest of our midfield is absolutely shit. Nico Gonzalez has to play in Jeremy Doku. He does. Now they're doubling up on Jeremy Doku. I think bloody Everton managed to score two goals against this lot. Aston Villa managed to score two goals against this lot, and we at the Etihad, the mighty Etihad, are struggling. Savinho. Liverpool have cleared their lines. Allison. Ruben Diaz. Look at Kevin De Bruyne passing the ball out of play instead of giving it to Savinho. Look at that. That just sums up the season, to be honest. Omar Marmoush. It's a free kick to Liverpool. Nathan Ake with the ball, but we're not able to construct any attacking patterns. That's been the problem this season, to be honest. Zero attacking patterns. Phil Foden. Jeremy Doku's done well, but how many players will you go past? You have to release that ball. Look at that Salah against Guardiola. Will eat a second. The ball's gone out anyway. Gautam says it feels so sad to see KDB like this, man. I never thought I'll say this, but it's better to leave football before football leaves you. You can see on his face he's trying hard, but just couldn't. That thing really summed it up for me, Gautam, when he had to find Savinho, I think a few minutes back, and he just hit the ball out of play. And then towards the end of the first half, as well, he tried to strike the ball at goal and it hit straight into the crowd. Those two moments, they just sum it up. But then I think better to leave football before football leaves you. I just think that love for the game never leaves you. I think irrespective of the age. So yes, the body might tell you yes, time's up, but then the love for the game, what you have grown up as a child loving, and that actually never leaves you. So that is why I think. Look at Phil Foden there. It's already left him. Look at bloody Phil Foden there. At least KDB took till 34, 35 years. Look at bloody Phil Foden there. It's already left him. What the fuck was Phil Foden doing there? Again, giving the ball away. One of the worst things. Phil Foden. What the fuck was Phil Foden doing there? I mean, he's at least been responsible for 3, 4, 5 City attack breakdowns on his own today. Liverpool do not need a CDM today because Phil Foden is doing the job of a Liverpool CDM. What the fuck was Phil Foden doing there? Josko Guardiola, Phil Foden, Omar Marmoush. I hope that Omar Marmoush goal had counted in the first half that he scored, but Jeremy Doku running at Trent. Doku's been brilliant today. Yes, the end product has been lacking a bit, but then the movement in front of him has not been spectacular either, to be honest. Nathan Ake, Phil Foden. Look at Phil Foden again. How bad does it have to get before Pep Guardiola removes him? Phil Foden's just been plain shit. Ryan Gravenberg with the ball now, and we've defended comfortably today. We've defended well. The two goals were because I mean the first goal I'll leave it, they can happen, but the second goal was lack of midfield runners. And how many goals have we conceded this season due to a shit midfield? Leading 1-0 against Brighton, we lose 2-1 because of shit midfield. We concede goals against Spurs and lose 4-0. Is it offside? Or has Curtis Jones scored a goal there? Everyone was bloody thinking it's offside. What I would say is it's bloody tight. I think it's just off. I think it's just off, to be honest. I think Luis Diaz is just off. I think Luis Diaz is just offside here. I think Luis Diaz is just offside here. This will come down to those millimeters or whatever that they put. Luis Diaz, I think, is just offside here. Yes, he's offside. It's just offside. I think Sabozlai was just offside here, not Luis Diaz. He was offside. Yes, it is offside. I don't know why they're showing those goals, but it's offside. Yes, it's offside. Gautam says so many seasons, he and rest of our treble winning team have given us so many memories. It just hurts to say goodbye. But that's what Pep said. If you can't play every week, then you have to leave. Ah, Marmarmouche with the chance again. Jeremy Doku does absolutely well. Good save from Allison, I would say. Very good save from Allison. I think if we can score the next one, I think we can get back to this game still. One more and we can get back to the game. It's a corner. Phil Foden with the corner as well. Savinho, KDB. What a ball. It's a Liverpool free kick. Fouled by KDB. But then I think another thing we have to remember, Gautam, is that that's a very fair point. Okay, I mean, just remembering the memories, those nights, especially those treble winning Champions League nights, especially in the treble winning season. Bayern Munich home, Bayern Munich away. When Leipzig was a very good team back then, Danny Olmo was there, Nkunku was there, Guardiola was playing there. Leipzig at that time was a very, very good team. Leipzig, we were 1-1 trailing. We demolished them at the Etihad 6-0 something. And then Bayern home, Bayern away, Madrid home, Madrid away. Inter in the finals. I mean, each of those games were just outstanding. It's not that we beat some shit Benfica, Club Bro final and won the Champions League. We defeated all of the best teams in Europe that season, the treble winning season. The season after, but one thing about Kevin De Bruyne is in all of those seasons, he's basically played through injury. If you remember, I think there was a season where I think it was last season, towards the end of last season, where his hamstring was kind of torn, or he had a blown hamstring, and still he rested and played for the team. And there were times, especially in the last two seasons, where he literally played through injury and given it all for the club, even at the risk of suffering future injuries. He didn't care. So that's why it's so sad that we have to see Kevin De Bruyne playing this way, like you said. It's just sad. But then I guess time is. But then the reality is, I think time waits. Time is the most superior master in the world. I think time just waits for no one. It does not matter if you are an amateur footballer or a legend. Time just doesn't wait for you. I think that's sadly the reality. It's not just Kevin De Bruyne as well. With Ilkay Gundogan, it's so surprising, Gautam, because with Gundogan we have seen him turn up late from February to almost May in so many of our previous seasons and score those late goals. So that was actually fantastic. I mean, sorry, that was painful as well. Looking at Ilkay Gundogan, lose it all. Ilkay Gundogan playing so shit this season, and then Bernardo Silva. Those memories of us demolishing 4-0, uh, of us demolishing Real Madrid 4-0 at the Etihad. Everyone was telling what happened at the Bernabeu 3 days back, but then what happened at the Etihad? You bloody hell, Madrid couldn't even score a goal. They couldn't lay a glove. Bernardo Silva absolutely demolished them. The work rate that Bernardo gave throughout the years, 2018-19, those seasons when Liverpool had that intense pressing front three: Salah, Mane, Firmino. Firmino was a monster presser. Bernardo Silva would go and retrieve the ball when our CDMs couldn't. Bernardo Silva handles so much pressure. It's sad to see his time almost coming up. So I think I mean to each one of these players who are gonna leave: Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, James McAtee's come, which is good. So Ilkay Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, John Stones. Yes, he's been injured, but the memories that John Stones has had for us, literally, they were just superb. That final goal line clearance, the treble winning season where he came to CDM and played. What a save from Edison! What a save from Edison! And a very good Edison as well. His time might be coming up as well. I mean, the assist is provided is literally redefined the goalkeeping in this country, and also against Inter Milan in the final, he was superb. He was absolutely superb. Many memories attached with Edison as well. I mean, I've already counted five players, and to each of these players, we could do an 1 hour show easily talking about how many memories we've had with them. And even with Manuel Akanji, I would say with Manuel Akanji literally played right back against wingers like Sane, Gnabry, and people like that in the treble winning season. He was just immense. Kevin De Bruyne does very well there. Savio switch it? Can Savio switch it? Savio has to play it in the midfield. Jeremy Doku, Josko Guardiol, Nathan Ake. That is excellent from Savio. Look at the skill. That's a corner for City, I think. Nico Gonzalez just couldn't strike it early. Mocktail says Foden needs a break. He has forgotten his basics. Even against Arsenal, he was giving the ball away. I mean, it was 1-1, and it's because of Foden. We lost that match 5-1. We could have easily won that match as well. And Kevin De Bruyne going off and James McAtee coming in. I would have, in fact, removed Phil Foden off. Can we score a goal, guys? Gautam says Maka coming. What do you think, Gautam? Can we score a goal? But it's interesting that with each of these players that are gonna leave, so many memories, so many things to be honest. It's a goal kick. Savio just went a bit too far with the ball. One goal and this match will really open up end to end. One goal for City and this match will just open up. Gautam says yes. I hope we get my place. Gautam, the best thing would be McAtee scoring two goals. McAtee hat trick incoming. McAtee hat trick in front of the Liverpool fans would just be superb. Omar Marmoush, they say the prince of free kicks. Who is that idiot who put it out? Well, I think it's Konate and it's a City corner, I think. At last, it was a good free kick, and I think it's Konate who cleared it. It's gonna be a throw in, not a corner. I don't know if you guys feel it, but I think this match is just going in a kind of a slow mode, to be honest. Look at Phil Foden again with his first touch. What the fuck's happened to his first touch, man? James McAtee as well. Nico Gonzalez. Nathan Ake. Great switch from Nico Gonzalez. Savio. Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake is a player who does everything well but is actually unlucky to be honest. Jeremy Doku. Nico Gonzalez. Rico Lewis. Spread it out wide. Savio again. City are just attacking. It's attack after attack with absolutely zero penetration. To be honest, it's a City throw in. Even bloody Wolves scored against Liverpool, and Liverpool had to hang on to a result there. That to at Anfield, and we bloody cannot find a goal past Liverpool. What the fuck? James McAtee. Since McAtee's come on, there's been a little bit more control. I mean, it's been really a huge increase in the amount of control that we have had. Liverpool are not able to get the ball of us. If we can strike a goal here, the end to the match will be absolutely fascinating. It will be very, very good. Nico Gonzalez, Liverpool are just not able to get out. You can see what is the missing piece here. Creative outlet. Savinho, Jeremy Doku. Gotham says one thing is evident that to unlock Marmos we need Haaland, and also to unlock Haaland we need a creative mid. For me it's a Cole Palmer or Florian Wirtz. I think it's raining at the Etihad, but it's interesting. It's not bought on Gundogan for Phil Foden. I think Gundogan is absolutely. Look at Phil Foden's first touch again. He's actually given it back to a Liverpool player. He's given it back to Saboza. Like, what the fuck is Phil Foden doing today? His worst seasons, absolutely his worst season. Absolutely Foden's worst season. I think against Madrid we had a chance if Haaland played. To be honest, Anthony Taylor is not giving any decision to Liverpool. Liverpool are making their own subs. Simikas and Wataru Endo are coming on. Curtis Jones and Robert Sana going off. Rico Lewis. They've been good in the second half. I think Phil Foden's not been. Savinho gets to the ball. Wonderful skill by Savinho, that one. Rico Lewis. That was not offside. That was a chance. That was a chance for Rico Lewis there. That is a wonderful bit of play. That was a chance. It was not offside. Into the side netting. Great ball in from Nico Gonzalez. Maybe Rico Lewis should have cut it back a bit, but it's difficult in that situation. Edison does well there. Natanake, Kushanov does well. I think Kushanov just had quietly is having solid games. Omar Marmoush, Jeremy Doku. Gautam, just how astonishing it is. A team can fall like this by an injury to just one player. But Gautam, I think even if, I mean, the more I think about it, I think even if Rodri was not injured, I think this lack of legs in the midfield, this lack of creativity would have actually caught up on us. And we would have struggled this season. Because Rodri is not gonna because Rodri is not gonna solve all of your problems, right? Creative problems and all of those problems, right? So I mean, if you can remember, it was showing on early in the season as well. Yes, Kovacic is coming on, Ruben Diaz is coming on, Ilkay Gundogan is coming on. But I think it was showing on early in the season as well. If you actually kind of look at it against Wolves, we had to rescue a 2-2 draw with a late John Stones winner. Against Arsenal, we had to rescue. Even though against 10 men, we had to rescue. I mean, we struggled a lot to unlock those 10 men. So I think it's kind of showing in the result with Fulham also. I guess we needed the late goal or something like that. So I think it was just showing, even when it is kind of showing early on in the season as well. But I think the lack of Rodri could not have masked for this lack of creativity and legs in the midfield, to be honest. I mean, if you look at this game in a nutshell, if you look at this game in a nutshell, I do not think you actually miss a CDM in this game because if you actually Cody Gakpo is coming on. Because if you look at the second half as well, we had Liverpool camped at the edge of their box a lot. So and the CDM was mopping it very well. Kusano was good, Ake was good. The troubles in this game came from the midfield, right? The attacking midfield and the box to box midfield players. Lack of creativity. So much time spent camped at the edge of the box, and you can't even unlock or test Allison once. That is the main problem. I think that is why they're going for a blockbuster signing in Florian Wirtz next season. Because look at it, you can have James McAtee, you can have Phil Foden both playing in the number 10 roles, which they're doing now, kind of. There's no difference because they don't have that passing range to unlock defenses. Gautam says, yeah, could have struggled, but the defense would have still been solid. The problem is not only creativity, we have conceded a lot. Exactly, that's also a problem. And yeah, I agree with you. Yes, it would have been a little bit more better, to be honest, I think, in terms of as not conceding as much. But again, you could argue, you could also argue, Gautam, right? You have Rodri, and then you have a KDB or a Bernardo Silva, or you have a Rodri or Gundogan and a Bernardo Silva. Legs in the midfield would still have been a problem as the season progresses because Bernardo, Gundogan, KDB, who were your three prime players to play in the midfield, would not have contributed as much this season in terms of pure running with the ball, pure legs. Maybe you could argue that Pep's plan would have been Rodri and then Kovacic as a box-to-box player, and then rotate between Gundogan, Bernardo, KDB, and stuff. That is the only possibility which makes me think yes, that would have been good. That would have been maybe something that might have worked. To be honest, can we score one goal? That's another goal kick. 10 more minutes to go. Ruben Diaz, James McAtee, Mateo Kovacic, Rico Lewis. Look at it, there's no one in the team who can make those switches. Ilkay Gundogan, Mateo Kovacic. I think still if we get one more goal, I think Liverpool would be hanging on for the last 10 sort of minutes with added time. But how do we get that goal? That is the thing. Look at Phil Foden there. Just bloody remove Phil Foden. It's absolutely gone from bad to worse for Phil Foden in this game. The interesting thing is this. City's XG is more than Liverpool's XG. What the fuck is this? City's XG is more than Liverpool's XG. What a tackle that is by Kushanov to prevent Sabozlai from scoring. Ruben Diaz of all people with the mistakes. It's a corner for Liverpool. Don't know what Phil Foden is appealing for. When will you get the ball back? In these late stages, we're just not getting the ball back. I think it's a City throw in. Can we construct one last attack, one goal because I don't want to lose without scoring a goal? The etihad, to be honest. Jeremy Doku with the ball. Please, can you please pass the ball, Jeremy? Kovacic. It's not a foul on Kovacic. And again, it's been a low key week for City. It's been that kind of a week for City, to be honest. Except for the Newcastle game, the Real Madrid game, this game, not been a good week. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's been a 50-50 week, if I have to tell you that. That sums up City's entire week in a nutshell. Jeremy Doku with the ball at his feet lets it out. Kovacic, Phil Foden again. Kovacic, cushion out as well. Josko Guardiola has done well against Mo Salah by far today. Jeremy Doku, Mateo Kovacic, back to Doku again. Kovacic does well. Can we at least test Allison for one last time in this game? That is what I asked for. Look at Gundogan giving the ball away there. That is excellent from Nico Gonzalez, Kovacic. Trent clears it. Ruben Diaz. Gotham says we have a Club World Cup, so how will our players rest before the next season? And there's going to be no preseason as well, I think, because it's the Club World Cup. Jeremy Doku today thinks he's playing FIFA where he wants to go past all the players on his own. What the fuck? Jeremy Doku again playing FIFA. It's 4 minutes of added time. Can we score one? Kovacic over Doku out. That just sums everything up, to be honest. I think there are gonna be substitutions for Liverpool, to be honest. Gautam says the Club World Cup will be counted as this season or next season's trophy. I think it will be counted as this season's trophy. I think, to be honest, so I'm not sure. Salah and Trent go out. Elliot and Kwanzaa come in. I think it will be counted as this season's trophy. To be honest, though I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out. But I think the Club World Cup is a pre-season. To be honest, this no two things about it. Look at Erling Haaland there. So I think the Club World Cup is the pre-season. But the one thing is the money that we have lost by not playing in the Champions League. I think we'll actually gain it by playing in the Club World Cup. That's the only thing. I'm getting that Real Madrid vibes here, where in the last minute we'll go and score somehow. I don't know how, but we are getting that. I'm getting that Real Madrid vibes. I think this will be the last attack. That's it. It's over. I think. Why this is scoreless in both legs. I'm sure Spurs will also beat us, and Pep will certainly find a way to bottle FA Cup. I, ju- I just think by looking at this game, I mean, especially in the second half and for large parts of the first half as well, Jeremy Doku with the ball. Can we score one? And the referee blows the whistle. But if you actually look at the second half, Bayaji, uh, the midfield was compact. The midfield was absolutely compact. The defense was good. We were at the edge of Liverpool's box. Marmoush was making runs. Doku and Savio were playing well. The the supply wasn't there. No creativity. We are not able to break Liverpool down. We had a CDM problem. Nikos looks to have solved it to an extent. Even today was very good. Kusanov was very good. The legs in the midfield and the creativity. When McAtee came on for De Bruyne, to be honest, the creativity. I mean the legs in the midfield were sort of also okay. Creativity, nothing. I mean, you don't score against Liverpool in both the legs. I mean, it's almost equal to not scoring against Real Madrid. We got a lucky goal at the end, literally. I mean, creativity, lack of creativity. You don't score against Bournemouth early on in the season. It's just not one game. Against Brighton, you just score one goal. Against a stupid Spurs side, you don't goal. You don't score any goals, and you lose 4-0. Creativity. The problem is clear. We have solved the CDM issue. It's just we have solved the CDM issue. The defense cushion now looks very good. Legs and creativity in the midfielder are the two things that are dragging us back. The forward line looks absolutely fascinating for the next season, where you have Oscar Bob, Erling Haaland, Omar Marmoush, Savio, Jeremy Doku, Phil Foden. If I would like to include it, to six forward players. Don't know about Claudio Echeverri and stuff. So six forward players literally. The forward line is good. The back line, if you see Andre Cambiaso, Josko Guardiola, Cambiaso will surely join. Cambiaso, Guardiol, Kusanov. You have Ruben Diaz, who's young. Maybe you can expect Callum Doyle, Akanji or Ake might stay. So the back line looks good as well. Nico Gonzalez, Rodri, cover for the DM position. Creativity and box to box are the two things that are holding you down. And why they show so much effect is if you do not have a good right back or if you do not have a good left back. Remember, we won a league with Centurion season with Fabian Delph and Zinchenko not having a good left back. You can cover for those things, but not having a good midfield, because that's where the players are linked, right? That just showed in today's game. That's all. That's bloody all. Gautam says, I'm happy that Arsenal are not winning after what they did with Rodri and that whole Haaland saga. Exactly, Gautam. I kind of feared today that we, of course, had to win this, and then Arsenal win tomorrow, and then it's just down to 2 points because Arsenal will have a game in hand. They win their game in hand, 2 points. And then if Arsenal defeat Liverpool at Anfield, 2 points is nothing in a title race. Literally, Arsenal winning yesterday, just a reverse of the script. Arsenal winning yesterday and Liverpool losing today, and suddenly the title was in Arsenal's hands. And you cannot imagine with what Arsenal do. If Arsenal would have won this league, stay humble, eh? The entire summer we would have to deal with that stupid stay humble shit. I mean, whatever it is with Liverpool, the rivalry with Liverpool on the pitch, you don't see many fouls. It's just two teams going head to head with each other, and that's all. I mean, two decent football teams, and that's all. But with Arsenal, it's different. They commit stupid fouls and they do all of those things. Arsenal is a lot of shithousery, to be honest. Gautam says we have a trophy this season that is bigger than everything. Community Shield. Gautam, next time I do not want to even participate in that trophy. It's a curse. By Jesus Pep's hitting new low with each match passing. Trash coaching. But by Aji, what can Pep do as well? Kevin De Bruyne has passed it, Bernardo Silva has passed it, Gundogan's passed it, Phil Foden's having a shit season. Pep can't teach you 2 3 yard passes, right? They know that. But today, Foden heavy touches, Kevin De Bruyne passing the ball out 2 3 yards. Gundogan the same, not offering work rate. I think they are not able to implement Pep's tactics. The legs in a midfield are not enough to implement Pep's tactics. To be honest, by this is playing like cowards at home. Can't even score a goal against your main rivals. No creativity, Bayaji. That's the thing. That's why I think if it's 100, 150, I don't care. Just go and get Florian words. Zero creativity in the midfield. You know what a team is like, Bayaji? You remove Bruno Fernandes from that Man United midfield and tell them to score goals. I bet they cannot. I bet they absolutely cannot. Uh, uh, and we do not have. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne has passed it, so we do not have even that sense of creativity as well. Biagis's Foden looks finished. No way he'll ever be the same again. Hopefully next season he can recover his this thing, because it's interesting with Foden. Last season he was the best player in the Premier League. He won us the league title, and this season he just turned to shit. Don't know how that's happened. I think Foden just understands binary. It's either zero or one. That's it for me. By just says I would sell Diaz too and get a world class centre back who can improve all players around him, not someone who gets bamboozled at the Bernabeu. With Ruben Diaz, I mean, I don't know with Ruben Diaz by Aji, because they say that Ruben Diaz is not completely fit, to be honest, for that Bernabeu clash. That's what no certain journalists have written. But again, with what's happened at the Bernabeu, Bayaji, I blame the midfield and its pressing. How the hell was I mean, the question with the first goal at Bernabeu, which you're referring to, I think, the question that needs to be asked is how was Raul Asensio afforded so much time to put that ball over Ruben Diaz top for Kylian Mbappe to chase? Why did no one go and press Raul Asensio? No answers. Why? There was zero pressing. There was absolutely zero pressing in that midfield against Real Madrid, and that is where we lost the match. Again, this season struggles. Everything comes down to one thing: it's zero work rate in the midfield, no legs in the midfield, no creativity in the midfield. Midfield is where it starts and it ends. By this is only world class player we have is Haaland. Everyone else is bang average. I mean, before this season, I thought Foden was world class, but not according to what happened this season. You're right. Right now, based on form, it's just Haaland is the who's a world class player. Probably would say Marmoush is up level below that. In a way, I would say level below world class. His finish today was very good. I mean, it was sad that it was offside. Baiji says we need two world class players, one in midfield and one in defense, who are leaders. No more work in progress or one for the future kind of players. I mean, one in midfield. I think we need two in midfield. Florian Wirtz and Edison from Atlanta, I think, and then one in defense. I mean, center back. I don't think we are gonna find. We are gonna buy an I don't know. I think rumors are maybe Gerard Brandthwaite might come, but I don't think we buy another centre back. Maybe Callum Doyle comes back. But yeah, two world class players in midfield are definitely needed. And we are with Rodri, which means I think one more world class player will be added to that midfield. I think midfield of Rodri, Edison, Florian Wirtz. There'll be three players with three world class. I mean, who are world class in their respective positions. If we can get a midfield of Rodri, Ederson and Florian Wirtz. Bayaji says when whole team looks bad, then perhaps it's the manager whose tactics are at fault. I think Bayaji, the thing about the whole team looking bad is lack of legs in the midfield. See, because if your midfield does not have legs, they cannot progress the ball from back to front faster. And also, when your midfield doesn't have legs, they cannot track back the opponents. Suppose like goal, what happened? Edge of the box. So our midfield right now is incapable of doing the offensive work as well as defensive work, which means your attackers are feeding on absolute crap and shit, and also your defenders are getting exposed. How many times this season are forwards running at our defenders and our defenders have to defend one on ones? I think how much ever world class centre back you do get, you do get. I don't think if you allow the opposition forwards to run at them, I think they'll get found out. I don't think even Maldini and Baresi can defend with opposition forwards running at them one on one 8 times 7 times a match. The entire buck, it comes and stops at the midfield. At what's bloody happening in the midfield positions. Arush says, I think chances of words coming are low. I thought that, but David Ornstein said today that at NBCSN he gave an interview to them, and he said particularly that City are clearly after Florian Wirtz, and there's a good chance he might come to City. Negotiations are underway. The City, he said that City want to make a blockbuster signing of Words, and negotiations are underway, and City have a good chance. That's what he said. So Words could be there. Baya just a small squad bullshit. Pep carrying shit midfield like Team India can't play spin bowling. Ironical. I think Baji, you're kind of right, to be honest, because Pep's small squad theory was good in 2008, 2009, even till 2017, 2018, even right after COVID 2021. That was right. But what's happened in the last 2 years, especially from this year, especially from the starting of this season. I mean, last 2 years, what's happened is suddenly there's an influx of tournaments. Players play the season, and then there's been World Cup, there's been a Euros competition, and also what's happened is from this season, I think the small squad bullshit will not work, because this season you look at how the Champions League is actually structured. The Champions League group stages, they go until almost February. And then if you don't come in the top eight, you'll have to play another extra two fixtures, and then you have your own round of 16. So literally you have 4-5 matches extra compared to the previous seasons. And also earlier on you would have a winter break, but now no winter break. The Champions League fixtures are just getting in there. And you finish the season, and then suddenly there's an international window where players go for 1 to 2 weeks, and after that there's a Club World Cup, which starts 2 weeks after the players go for international break at the end of the season, and then it ends like 1 week before the season, or maybe if you're in the final, it just ends. Uh, it just ends when the pickle season starts. So where is the space for rest? Now you can say don't participate in the Club World Cup, but by participating in the Club World Cup, you get as much money as you get by, for example, reaching the quarterfinal of the Champions League just by participating in the Club World Cup. It's huge financially for these clubs. So so where is the space? So small squad bullshit will not work. Where is the space? I mean, football landscape has changed drastically in the last 2-3 years, and this year it's just showing, and it will just get worse. It will absolutely get worse. And then what they'll say is, when we come from the Club World Cup, if you win the FA Cup, we have to play the Community Shield, and then it's again the grind starts. Why just says why would you keep playing stupid highline when all three out of your four defenders are at turtle speed? Exactly. Apart from Kushano and probably Guardiola, the others do not have speed, and then Rico Lewis at right back. I don't, I don't know. I think with this system, with the players Pep Guardiola has, I think the best system is sit back and hit on the counter, sit back and hit on the counter. And I think we have the perfect players to do that. Marmosha, counter-attacking team specialist. Erling Haaland loves to run into space. Phil Foden the same. Savio the same. Doku is the same. That's a very valid point, Bayaji. Why Pep Guardiola doesn't do that? Again, with Pep Guardiola, again you could argue, what he says is, uh, what Pep Guardiola says is, I live and die my own tactics and all of that shit. So, but yeah, the high line is something which I'll not understand. That too against Real Madrid, he tried to play a high line. I like to take my hat off and clap for Pep Guardiola for that. By says whole second half we couldn't break pool defense, and after Spurs, every team will play low block against us. Even top four looks in jeopardy. Pep can go if we can't make CL football. I think we are getting top four, top five. It will be top five this year, Bayaji, and I think we are getting top four, even if not top five. The reason I'm telling is Chelsea is absolutely shit. They don't have forward line. Nicholas Jackson and Madueke are injured, and Jadon Sancho cannot play shit. Cole Palmer is looking frustrated. Arsenal do not have a forward line. Shit. Nottingham Forest, I do not think they can keep this up. Newcastle are inconsistent as fuck. They win a game, they lose two. And Fulham, Bournemouth, you can see their consistencies of what happened this week. So I think we'll get top four just for the reason that all of the teams this season, apart from Liverpool, have been dog shit. If you think we can't break defenses down, bloody Arsenal can't break defenses down. Bloody bloody Chelsea can't break defenses down now. So I think we'll get top four because all the other teams are shit. That is the only bloody reason. That's all. By Jesus, even on counter, they somehow stop around the half line. Bloody Bernardo Silva does that by LG. Bernardo Silva gets onto the ball and he stops and looks. What will I do with the ball? Take the bloody ball home, Bernardo. What else will you do? Absolute sight. Absolute sight. This is actually even more tense than this is actually even more tense than Champions League. Than playing in the Champions League final or the title race by a top four. Will we get the top four? Will we get top four or not this season? That is more exciting. The title race is over. The relegation battle is over in this league, this Premier League. The only interesting thing that is remaining in the Premier League is this season is who will get the top four. And every season, people would blame City that City are dominating this league and made it like Bundesliga. Well, at least when it was exciting, we were chasing teams down. Now it's dog shit. The Premier League is over. How much ever these pundits want to hype it, the title's gone. The relegation battle's done. In a way, I think if City can, I mean, the silver lining on that is, I think our next 5 to 10 fixtures are actually very good, and we do not have Champions League, so it's a rest for 5 days and then play, rest for 5 6 days and then play. To be honest, I think that could be an advantage to us when you compare it to Aston Villa and stuff. Via says we have lost more games than Fulham and only one lesser than Everton and Palace. It's mind-boggling, Bayaji. It's mind-boggling how. But then that is the thing about this league, Bayaji. If you look at this league, we have lost so many games, and yet there is a genuine chance that we could finish third or second in the league. So basically, it would be how much of a disgrace it would be for the league if we finish second in the league after losing so many games. I think I, I actually think if we do that, it's a far bigger achievement than maybe when Liverpool winning the title. If we finish second in the league, that just tells you how the quality of the league's not just been good this season, and this season was one of the easiest to win the league. If City were actually if City actually had a decent team, City actually had a decent team, we could at least get 10, 12 more points and we could be 3, 4 points ahead of, I mean, behind Liverpool. That's it. I can even count those points to you by Ajay. We should have got 3 points at United where we got nil. We should have got 3 points at Crystal Palace where we got one. That makes it 5 points. We should have got 3 points at Everton when Haaland misses penalties where we got 1 point. That makes it 7 points. We should have got 3 points at Brighton where we peppered them with goal on the goal and still ended up losing. That is 10 points. And there are easily other games which I could, point it out, and the lead could be no more than 3 4 points of Liverpool if we picked up those easy wins in 3 4 matches. That's it, which we didn't, to be honest. Bayaji says Pep shouldn't start with any of the players whom he doesn't want for the next season at the club. It's going to be a huge rebuild. It's going to be an exciting summer, Bayaji. Bayaji, what is my concern is what happens if City play Manchester United? What, what happens if City play Manchester United right now? Who is going to win? Who is bloody going to win? I don't know. I don't know now. But the thing is, it's crazy how we got 3 points against Chelsea and how we got 3 points against Newcastle. Just imagine instead if we don't have those 6 points, top four would have been gone from us. I think us getting those 4 points. sorry, those 6 points out of Chelsea and Newcastle in our last two games before this, I think that has sealed the top four for us. And Chelsea, of course, losing as well. Gautam says next season we will go till the last day for the season decider. We never get it easy. It's never easy for City. It's never easy for City, Gautam. It's easy. People say that you guys have turned this into a Bundesliga. Well, what's happening now? I think if I think I don't know what's happening in the French top league, but apart from that, if you consider the other top four leagues, the Italian league is very close. Inter, Napoli, and both of them are fighting. I think UA is in it as well. The Spanish league is very close. Barca, Real equal on points. Atletico Madrid 1 point behind them. Athletic Club 2-3 points behind them. Any of the top four can win the La Liga. It's that close. The Bundesliga, I think, is of course over as usual. But even when that is far more closer than this. Whenever City win, if it's Bundesliga or the French league, what is it now? The Premier League is done in February. It's gone. It's done. The only excitement is with the top four race. By Jesus, I bet you United will somehow win the game because we have lots of clowns in the team creeping out every game. And also this was a Liverpool team by AJ which conceded 2 to Villa, which conceded 2 to Everton. I don't even remember when was the last clean sheet to be honest. And I'll actually tell you, Newcastle next in the midweek will pump Liverpool to be honest. Again, this is one of the hardest weeks in terms of watching City play. The Real Madrid game after the Newcastle game, of course, the Real Madrid game was shit. It was a very hard watch. This game was an absolutely very hard watch. I mean, I just hope in midweek we do well against Spurs, to be honest. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me, and I hope in midweek we do well. Anyway, enjoy the weekend and क्या ही enjoy करेंगे anyway. See you all.